in no shadow. When it news you don't. Alright. Honestly, I'd rather just keep. Not done with the thing yet. What do I have? I think I have like the whole last row. Yeah, the whole last row. Oh, legendary. Splendid Spark. What's over the Splendid Spark? Oh, me too. Ooh, ooh, Now I start gazing. Oh, how do you get knocked off my horse? I hate that you didn't get knocked off your mouth. I really hope it's something that eventually change. You know what I'm saying? Don't say it. One more, then we can do the swap. Yeah, I don't like the Doomsday one specifically because sometimes you just don't get any of them to spawn. Like in a zone. And it's relatively annoying. Oh, hey, sweet. How much do we need for 275? I mean, I do technically need to farm like 250, but still. 275 is pretty steep, huh? I'll try to. I have 43 minutes. We'll try to do it. Let's see if we get anything good out of it. Remember to keep that, have that. You know, part of me wishes that, like, you could, like, I don't know, get cinders and shit from doing, dungeons, like, in a Helltide area. That's not one. know, the angry demon babies. I think the Doomsayer one is kind of the one that I dislike the most. It's like, it's a bit sporadic, and it kind of just depends on like the map to some degree. Are there some places where they spawn like a shit ton of them? Like, I forgot which zone it was where it just spawned like 4 of them that I kept running through. Like fucking Pac-Man. Oh, not that one. Oh, someone's there. Lady. Oh, dog, I gotta go beat up the lady over here so I can... Shmoney. The double shmoney. The demon shmoney. Oh, whirlwind barb. To be honest, I have like I think like 2 units for that. Yeah, relatives do. I would have. Little or tendril thingies. Oh, yeah, someone has their elixir holy bolt out. No! Fuck, she put... That's so annoying. I could have killed her there if it wasn't for... But I want to try to like drag it so it gets spawned over here so I can kind of mooch off of it if people are killing it. Yo, I brought friends. I didn't realize that the bar like actually shows you when it's gonna summon it. Dude. These guys are so fucking strong. The damage is there, the survivability is a little low though. Oh! The fucking mind page thing. Interesting. I'd rather this one, I'm gonna go do the other one. Because I don't really care too much about like actually farming the health tide at the moment. Like for cinders. I was wondering like kept showing me a season like for the damage, I'm just missing the tankiness. Bro, can they just get rid of that mechanic? Just let me fucking ride the horse through everything. This is kind of what I mean by like how they just add dumb things. Like, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants a horse that has this random bar that all of a sudden can go from being completely empty to just full out of nowhere and then just off your horse. We just want to be able to ride our horses. We just want to be able to ride our horses. Like, I'm still kind of annoyed. They've kind of like they've done a lot of changes to the horse, but they're still like, they refuse to get rid of the mechanic where, you know, it knocks you off. Which I'm just like, I'm pretty sure that's like one of the main mechanics for the horse that as a whole we just want gone. One of the things people hated the most in World of Warcraft was the fact that, like, if you got dazed or anything, it would knock you off your horse. Which is why a lot of people, if they played classes with tank specs, oh, that's what I said. If you played classes with tank specs, they would run around in tank spec because you would be immune to like daze. At least for I think like warrior, I think like if you played one of the plate class tanks, you were just immune to daze. So people just run around in the regular world stuff as a tank spec so that they could just get probably need like, actually I might need more because it's a mystery one. I still not slated help on yet. Edge. That's Tancho. Hello. Oh. Damn. That bear had hands. Okay, we did. Alright. Open sesame, let me kill you. Hello. How's it going? Mindless grinding. Too bad, to be honest. I just wanted to take a break from Apex, but I didn't know what else I wanted to play because I didn't want to start, because I plan on picking back Apex again next week. Which is why I'm playing like Diablo, because I do have other games to play, but I don't know if it's just like a me thing. I don't like playing an RPG if like I'm gonna stop playing it. Right, because I don't have to do it, but I have to farm the I have to finish farming my Magna 3 before Guild Wars. I'm gonna do that starting like next week. What? Yes, I'm gonna try it tonight. Is the plan. For the turtle. It's all for the turtle. I saw a YouTube short before it like released where at first I thought it was like a specific character, but apparently it's not. It's like the ecosystem or whatever, but there's the turtle that you can summon it and it'll just like sit there dancing. And I was like, I need this. I need this in my life. What they do? just being like, like I can see it now. The new like grand dark weapon's gonna come out for the Exalto, and there's just gonna be like, hey, Dust Commission, wide open, please. I need it for reasons. Guild Wars, life-changing reasons of Guild Wars. I think all your zero attacks and crystals on that. I mean, to be fair, if it's like fires, which I imagine it would be, I think you only need 2. So you'd only need to like spark 1 and then zero text another one. Or like the minimum, I guess. Which, I mean, most grids use like 2. I think there's a couple like niche grids I've seen that'll use more than just the 2 for Exalto for Primal. Just because of how many good like Primal weapons are on. So, it's completely doable, honestly. Who needs a Magna 3 anyway? I do. I need Magna. Christ. What Magna for weapon? I think for the most part people just use the Opus for that. For their primal grids. Like they just use the Magna Opus. If they ever need a Magna weapon for primal. I think that's what I've seen for the most part. Oh, wait, hold up. I know why. Okay, I need to go do the boss lady. I was mistaking the Hellborn for the Harbingers. And I think she's up right now. Oh, boss lady. Yeah. I can't like res them. Because I can't like anchor projectiles. I was hard chugging potions that entire time. For what? Honestly, I don't know. I honestly don't know anything about weathering. I didn't know anything but the turtle thing until I saw the YouTube short. I have no idea about any of the characters. I mean, I guess is there like a Beto character? That's like my kind of character. Is there a Sturm style character? You know. I don't mean like in specifics, I guess like in aesthetics or whatever. I don't know. They're like Sturm, Fiorita, whatchamacallit, Sabrina, Beto, like that style. Damn. Okay. Alright. I gotta go back to the other one to get mon-thurs. Not sure. Yeah, so I don't know. So yeah, I'm just going in pretty. I mean, I've seen some people play, but I haven't really paid attention. So yeah, pretty much going in blind though. I was gonna start last night, but then when like after I finished getting the second staff, like the second set of staffs, oh, hello. My XP. I went to go start up WUA, and then all of a sudden, like, it had an update, and it was taking forever, so I was just like, game's dead to me. But yeah, I plan on trying it tonight to see how it goes. I doubt I'll play much of it, though, if I'm, like, actually honest. So it'll kind of depend, because, like, I've been told there's no, like, relic farming or something like that. Or it's like domains or that style of stuff. I don't know. Because to me, like for Genshin, I hated how much you had to farm domains, and they're so boring. And it's not like, you know, it's not like Granblue grinding is anything exciting, but you can at least do other things while you're doing Granblue grinding, right? Because you can just full out of it. But you can't do that in Genshin, so I was very... It's one of the main reasons I stopped playing Genshin. Doing a lot of hotfixing, so probably gonna have to update again. No. The kind of elixirs be fired by fighting over. Oh yeah, the echo things. To be fair, like, I'd rather have that than go into domain and have random, like, nonsense applied to the fight to make it quote-unquote exciting. Like, to be fair, I think part of it is, like, I don't know how they handle the new domains. I really didn't like the first set of domains they had, because it was like, here's a bunch of giant icicles that keep dropping around you, and then by the way, if you get chill, your, like, cooldowns are elongated, because that's fun and an interesting mechanic. If you have, like, cryo debuff, you know, stuff like that, I was not a big fan of. I actually liked the open world for Genshin. Like, that's probably what I spent the most time doing in that first year that Genshin was out, was just doing the overworld stuff, because that stuff was fun. I liked it. I like open world, just running around, just searching for stuff. I don't really mind that, personally. I think what was battle mechanics was part of the game. Most interesting part. A lot of flaws. Like what? Like what would you say is are pretty, or at least like pretty bad flaws? You would say. To have. Oh, I didn't swap some. Is it well optimized? Graphics quality is unstable when there's distance. Storyline writing is weird. Yeah, I feel like those are pretty valid complaints. I would say. I mean, I also understand that in some degree, it's like storyline being weird. I think that's just like unfortunately unfortunateness of some gacha games where a lot of times story takes like backseat to a lot of other things, which is unfortunate because like even though I don't pay attention to the story, a well-written story is like does keep a game together for a lot of people. Because like ironically enough, Genshin story was pretty good, I would say. Since like since I had to like at least skim through it while I'm trying to skip through it real quickly. And I can't say that like Genshin story was really bad. I don't know about the more recent ones, and this is more like from when I used to play like back in like the first year of it. But I do know Genshin also had the same issues though. Genshin's like I don't know, like it wasn't. I think they got on the optimization part like pretty quickly, but I remember Genshin having a lot of issues with like frames and stuff, and people were talking about that earlier. I feel like that's just because there's a lot of companies that don't do a lot of like QA testing like internally as much as they used to. So it tends to shine through. Well, it tends to be obvious, and it like a lot of games suffer because of stuff like that. So you know, I wish more companies would at least like put in a bit more effort and trying to release a more polished product on release. Even though I do know that like you know making a game is expensive. Been fun though, but hard skip the story stuff. Yeah, I mean I was gonna hard skip the story stuff anyway. They do add that like super skip. I'm like happy as can be. That was first time making such a big game. Well, have they made others? I don't know much about the company behind Wua.
Better than starting from nothing.
Oh, there it is. Oddly enough, we don't use this. That's what I don't think we did. Yeah, no, we don't use that. Yeah, I mean, for me, really, it comes down to more like if it's like fun to just casually poke around with and do content with, then I'm pretty good with it. I'm pretty looking forward to at least like having it. Because there's not a lot of gacha games like Grand Blue that you can take a break and then come back to it later, and like you'll feel behind, but not feel so far behind that you can't do it, that you feel like it's impossible to do anything. At least in my opinion, that's how I feel about Grand Blue. Definitely just playing casual. Star Rail is still your primary game. It's not GBF. Top 10 animal betrayals. Can't believe this.
Excellent. We find our strength, the demons forget theirs.
Holy shit, those are some big piles of sigil powder. GBF is too much? You can do it! Don't say that, Doncho. You can do it! You can do it! You're so strong! What the? Let's give me something useful next time. Well, it's probably useful. There might be a build for that, but... Makes you want to jump off a cliff? To be fair, I kind of pretend Arcarum doesn't exist. I won't lie. I look at it like aside from like the easy stuff, like the, you know, the ticket skips on the regular version, and then, you know, be full autoing some stuff on the sandbox here and there. I'm just like Arcarum. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never heard of that person, that content before in my life. I'm not gonna lie, as soon as I found out that I needed 3 Eternity Sands to 5-star Frau, I was like, that content's dead to me for a while. The Evokers? Fuck them evoke. Fuck them evoke. You can talk to me when they don't, when I, you know, Eternity Sands are a bit more of a reliable item to have. Or actually, you can talk to me after I'm done spending the other, like, 14 I need to spend for Magna Transcendence. Just be able... No. Well, actually, I probably could if I, like... I've seen some pretty nutty full auto setups with the Magna 3 Lite stuff, so... Definitely. Carry you? Don't look at me. I have a 1 gun done. I have 1 gun. I need to farm Avatar. I need so much Avatar anima. And Metatron anima. I can't carry you. You can't me. Can't me, that's not you. I have not done any more like Magna 3 grinding since I got like the 5 gloves. But I still need another like, what? 2. No. 3. Wait, did I get 5 or did I get 6? I don't remember. I needed a bunch of gloves. I'm so far behind. It's almost 4 AM. Just not you, please. You need sleepies. Okay. Have a good sleepies. Sweet dreams. I will talk to you later. And go to sleep. Don't be like doom scrolling or anything. Yeah. Just not so bad. Just go lay down, be on your phone for like another 2 hours. Just be like, oh no, it's 6 in the morning. How'd that happen?
Should your neighbor raise their hand against you, strike it from their wrist. For as the strong shall endure,
Being called out because you need sleep.
the weak shall be devoured.
Shaking my head. Shaking my head. You need to rest. You gotta get the gamer sleeps in. Yes, for real, go sleep. Have good sleeps. Oh, nice. I feel like they might have like actually upped the HP on some of these guys. Doing the defense ones was kind of a pain because it felt like they didn't like yeah, but that's like actually like it definitely didn't feel like they were making like increases in the HP of it definitely didn't feel like they were increasing the HP of like the units you had to protect, so they would just like instantly fall over and die. That made it really hard to like protect them because like just a random like AoE thrown out by a mob that you couldn't do anything about would kill them. Yeah, I wish like Hell Tides would empower the dungeons and shit at some point. Right. With that little bit left, I've killed something, but I didn't pick up all of its orbs. Pretty sure that's what that means. Yeah, there it is. I have 3 dodges, what the fuck? Didn't stand the chance. Alright, I think I need to start doing higher tier ones. Of course I don't, why would I? Shit. I really don't like the stronghold thing. I really don't. I'm not gonna lie, I like the Paragon Lord system. Like, I like that you get to do it, you get to rotate it, you get to put in the glyphs and stuff, like, and I have to say this because I give Diablo a lot of shit, but that's mostly because like I have pretty high expectations for a company that realistically should have, well, to some degree, since I think most of those like developers and content creators, like, well, not content creators, but like people that have worked on the game have left. But like, you know, they made Diablo 1, 2. Should have learned from 3. And then at 4 it seemed like they, you know, kind of repeating mistakes that they had not done in the past. Or should have learned from past stuff. And it's just like, so I tend to have a pretty higher expectation for when Diablo makes a, or for when Blizzard makes a Diablo game. Mm-hmm. That's just...
Do you feel it? You will be back. The stars do not lie.
Jesus Christ, dude, I hate this. Just let the like, they should just make it a thing where the, if you have the nightmare key for it, the nightmare key just lets you access the dungeon. Cause like it's really annoying. Like in all honestly, it's just annoying to just get a key that you can't use. Then you have to like break it down again. Mm-hmm. The helmet looks really cool. So you have to be careful, like, they deal a lot of damage in there. They made that ground marker a lot clearer.
I must wait.
Not
Ready. I must wait.
I wonder if it's because, is it because like we don't get most of our damage from the double swing itself? Maybe? Like, is that why we don't use the unique gloves? Well, actually, what I'm assuming is probably the unique gloves probably don't give you double twisters. Because I feel like if the unique gloves made you have double twisters, then it would probably be used in the build. The tracking on the twisters is kind of meh. Twisters literally just went right past two targets where it should have hit just fine. I still don't understand like what he's getting stuck on time to time. Like loud noises, so I thought it was gun, but it's not. It sounds like something getting picked up. And then I think we go like this way, and then we go up like. No, I think we go this way. I'm mistaken. Yeah. Because we go this way, grab this, and then we go down this way to grab here. Still a little bit too weak for like those high, super high tier, whatever. Because that one was, I think that was tier 18. And I almost died. Like a number of times just to the regular mobs. But I don't know if that's the... It might be because I... Could it be because I don't have Undying? But if I replace the thing for Undying, then I don't... Then I lose a lot of the... I lose a lot of the armor that I have. I wonder if maybe it's also because the stats on the gloves aren't good.
I'm not ready.
They might connect down there, so I guess we'll check. Oh, they don't. Yeah, this is just another path from this. Do they sell weapons? Skills? Hmm. Oh shit, he got fucked up. Like, I wasn't expecting him to survive for long, but I didn't expect to like one-shot him either. Oh, okay. So is this 562? I don't think it gets like increase, but I don't have a 200 axe equipped, right? Yeah, shit. I need to have a 200 axe equipped. Look. Guess I should have kept some of those 200 axes though. Speaking of, I'll lose some damage, but it's fine. Let's go and change the imprint on it. Just to get it, just until it gets to level 10. When it gets to level 10, we'll take it back off.
Another happy customer. Do I still not have Undying? Fuck. I don't have Undying. I have 713. Let me see if I can go fish for it. Happy travels.
Oh, that was across the way.
Father bring you luck? Fair bit of magic in that one. It seems your prayers have been answered. Very nice. Not much. Fair bit of magic in that one. Very nice. But could be better.
I can break that down.
Well, we tried. Disobedience. I really still not. Fuck yeah, I really still don't have it. That sucks. I wanted to try it, just like that would help me keep like stay alive. Which one's defensive? One I don't have. Good. Let's go. Nice. Resource cost. Oh. Oh, there we go. 11.2%. Bruh. Literally just rerolled into the same thing. Finally. It just rerolled into the lucky hit one over and over again. This is mildly annoying. Nice, we got more. We got +2 on each of those except instead of +1. Nice. Ooh. Now I need 1 green. And then these are all supposed to be red, so the 1 emerald. The other one just for poison resistance. The poison has kind of been eating us up. There we go, it's not.
Forge is always hot.
Oh. You know it. I don't understand why, like, they don't have it where once you have the tempering done, it's, or like, tapped out, you don't need it anymore. Like, it'd be nice, it'd be more of a quality of life, more than anything, really. But I feel like all they'd have to do is, I mean, it'd probably be a bit more than that, but I feel like they'd be able to do it by just having the system like just check like what level you're at. Or it's like, or just make it where once you get to a certain level, it just like, I don't know, flags your character or whatever to not drop those anymore? I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna pretend like it's like, oh, this is such an easy thing to do. Like, there's a decent amount of like info that would go into it. Like the game would head then. Basically, I feel like it doesn't need to be like that. Like, I feel like what they could do is they could just make it that when it goes to the blacksmith, it just does a check. Right, when you go to the tempering, like every time you temper the something, the system will like log what level of temper you have and then just, I don't know, strike those flags so that you can't get them as drops anymore. But
I must wait.
like, I feel like if it was that easy, they probably would have done it. Like, if it was that easy to just plug it in, I mean. Because I know for like coding and stuff, there's a lot of stuff that on paper you're like, oh, this should be simple, but then when you like in practice, it's like it's actually a lot of steps to put that in.
I must wait.
I find it amusing how, like, in a way, it's kind of turned into PoE, where it's just like killing the boss is not a problem. Oh, it stuns him too if I hit him with it? Oh, I didn't know that. That's actually kind of funny. Well, like clearing the map, like in the, for instance, though, when we did the tier 18 one, right? Like the boss died like so quickly, but like I almost died like trying to run through the dungeon so many times. Take up the testimony. But yeah, I will definitely. I was kind of saying it earlier with the Paragon board. I have to kind of give. Was it like the Diablo team on that one? I think the Paragon board is probably like the best like system they had in the game from the get-go. Because even though like there is like a most efficient way to path through the Paragon board, just because players will find efficiency, players will always find the most efficient thing, right? Like you cannot change that. And I think that like sometimes developers, they get so wrapped up and they're like, well, players will always find the most efficient thing, blah 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 blah, that they like decide to dilute things down really hard. Like I feel like that's part of the reason why the talent tree in World of Warcraft became so like diluted, right? Like I think that was one of the internal reasonings why they were like, well, we have no reason to have this expansive tree of everybody's just gonna cookie cutter run the same way, and then it's a bit of a balancing nightmare when you have to balance all those like individual nodes. So I feel like it's one of the reasons why, like in WoW, those became they became so simple. But the downside to that, from what I've noticed over the years, is that when a game kind of like dials back a lot on those types of like trees to be more like streamlined and stuff, in the way it stagnates the game itself, because then it also kind of limits the developers on what they can do for the game, which is not good. Because then you have to like add things to the game instead of being able to change nodes. Like for instance, is this skill tree like super crazy? No, it's not. It's very simplistic. It's very straightforward. But what it does allow them is that I feel like it allows them some freedom to, like, you know, for instance here, if they go, well, nobody's ever taking this, right? Like versus this or something like that, then they can just swap this out. Instead of having to add the extra tree, they're just like, oh, we'll just swap this out. And even then it's simplistic enough that they can add things to it. But the same thing goes with this. Like a lot of this is just like, you know, basic stats and stuff. And in some ways people can find that like boring, and you're not wrong. But in the other aspect of it, it's just like it allows them to do other things. Like, you know, sometimes what a class needs isn't always like a huge like rebalance or a big like passive change or anything. Sometimes what it needs is just that. It just needs a couple passives to make it stronger. And it's just like, I think it goes it's a pretty decent thing to do, but at the same point it's like it does make it a little bland. And while I feel that like probably for people that play this game a lot more than I do, because I'm very filthy dirty casual with Diablo 4, is like, well, for instance, if you look at all my characters, I don't know how, well, probably because like leveling is a little slower in the older seasons, but like this is like my highest level character, I think, like 64. I think I had a higher one before, I just delete them when the seasons are over. But it's just like, I guess we can do, we'll do this one until we finish and respect that. Oh, it's a mount trophy. Pretty little flower. Yeah, because usually I just get like the portal and then I don't really care past that. So this time they have the helmet like all the way at the end, so. But you can kind of tell because I think I don't have any of the helmets for like any of the other ones. I don't usually like get towards the end of the BP. blood marked. Oh. All I know is I need to kind of finish like either one or both of these to finish the chapter 3 and get into chapter 4. Bro, this one's almost like instant. Got 1, 2, 3, 5. Got 5 of them done already. This is from my heart. I don't know. I like games that like have incremental power to your character as you progress them. I don't like games where, well, like when it comes to passive traits, specifically for passive traits, I feel games where it's like, oh, you hit this, like you don't get anything from this level to this level. Like, I think that's, I don't think it's very good, because like sometimes, like, again, those little numbers give you little like tuning knobs you can use to adjust things. And I've seen probably I'd say a decent number of games where like those little tuning knobs can have made or break just certain classes. Because, like, for instance, I would argue that the Druid, like, the Druid, well, at least for Pulverize, the Druid leveling experience for Pulverize kind of sucks. Which I'll probably just respec mine to be something else for leveling. But, like, apparently the Druid has, like, one of the best. Well, basically it's been, like, a constant where the Druids tend to have really good, like, end game builds, but their leveling experience kind of blows. Which I never think is a good idea. There's some people who they just, like, that kind of thing, they don't really care, but I think a good, whatchamacallit, I feel like the, fucking birds are escaping me. A game being in a good state is one where, like, the leveling experience for the most part feels kind of uniformly, you know, if it's shit on everything, and if it's good, it's like, or decent, it's good or decent on everything, which is not, it's hard to do that. I'm not even gonna pretend like that's easy, but I feel like, you know, because, like, for instance, Path of Exile has it. There's builds that are, well, there's builds that are good, like, well, god level for running through the story and just blitzing through it really quickly, and then there's like builds where it's kind of just, you know, you just like playing those builds, and then there are builds that are just shit for doing it. Though oftentimes if a build isn't good for running through the campaign, it either means the build just sucks in general, or it's a build that's just highly reliant on item, like, uniques in the end game. So, because there are a couple, there's not very many, but there are definitely builds in PoE where without their uniques, it's pretty shit. Oh, he's probably over there. which I think something like that isn't necessarily an issue, but I'd say Diablo kind of doesn't really have that as an argument to stand on. I'd definitely say there probably are builds where, well, not probably, there are builds that definitely feel better and you probably shouldn't play without certain items. Like for instance the Thorns Barbarian, from what I understand, which is apparently extremely powerful right now. There's people talking about how you really shouldn't play without its like uniques and like without having at least like most of the items or the most of the legendaries and stuff that it wants. And I think even like Paragon levels, because it just feels really bad. Which I'm not too surprised, because it's just like, it's a Thorns build. A lot of times builds that require you to like get hit to deal damage, and the fact that like the retaliation, the retaliatory damage is what your damage is, right? Like it's a good chunk of your damage. Generally those builds don't feel very good without their items, like without like a lot of the what the build wants. In Diablo 3, the Thorns Crusader wasn't bad, but that was because there were sigils that would scale skills with your thorns. So, you know, it didn't feel as bad. You still wanted the set for it though before like full committing to it. And I think there was like 2 legendaries you wanted before even attempting it, because they felt really bad without any of it. But that's gonna take a while, huh? Oh, that's so close, edging me. Can you get this to 15 so I can get this to 15? I think the next one's iron, no? Even remember. Oh wait, is that? It is! Let's go. That's the sword we need. I gotta go make a emerald for it. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I feel like it's probably just a case of the specific build that I'm doing is probably just not that great, or at least like with the. Cause like I'm following the, well, I was following, I think it was like Icy Veins. I might look at Maxwell, see what Maxwell has, even though I think it's pretty similar in both regards. It's just, I just want to do a werebear. Really not that hard. Werebear is life. Werebear is love. Oh, actually, what am I doing? I need to go turn in that quest. I've had that quest forever. Where is it? Live a little crazy. Where's that quest turned in? I know I haven't turned it in yet, there it is. But it's just like, I feel like that's just like a number tuning thing. For like, making it where like the earlier levels feel a bit more damage or a bit more impactful than the later levels.
This must have belonged to a trap.
But you know, it's also not like super like it's also not like the easiest thing in the world either. Like gaming is actually like it's kind of funny because what is it? Statistically speaking, video games is kind of like the worst thing you can do for money. Like it's the returns on it is usually pretty bad.
I cannot salvage that.
It's kind of one of the big things I've heard. Oh, nice. We can use those on the next one. But like, for if you're like starting a company, it's just like gaming is like kind of one of the worst, from what I understand. And then like MMOs is like the worst of the worst. It's like the lowest of the low. Well, not necessarily lowest of the low, but it's usually the one you don't want to be doing. Just because specifically it's oh, that looks really cool actually. It's just because it's just like the return is there's such a low chance of return on investment that it's why a lot of MMOs die before they even release. Because realistically speaking, as a community for MMOs, it's the younger generation doesn't really care for it too much because they're kind of wrapped up in the gacha games with the with like mobile gaming and stuff like that. And then the older generation who've played MMOs for a long time have played so many of them that it's like, you know, their standards are, well, our standards are a little too high. Alright, so like if you're in like, I'd say like early to mid 20s or older, you've probably played a lot of MMOs that you could almost say were like the pinnacle. Like they learned a lot of lessons that they could from their predecessors. And then, because like the reason, actually it's kind of interesting, the reason a lot of MMOs kind of flop is because they try, like a lot of the newer ones, is they try to be innovative because they have to, because especially in online sort of services and stuff, if you're not innovating, you're generally going to fall behind and fall off. Like, and that innovating doesn't necessarily mean you have to come up with an entirely like new way to play a game or something, but it's just like the if you're not like doing something that sets your game apart somehow in some form, and you're just doing like the norm, it's usually a lot of those companies, they tend to go down, like go under like pretty quickly. And mostly it's because people get bored, and if they're gonna play a game that's exactly like another game they've already put time and effort into, then they're not going to want to just restart just because it's a new game. But then on the flip side, any games that do try to innovate, a lot of people don't have the patience for the innovation process to really like cement itself, because it's hard to innovate. You know, it's hard to like come up with something new, put it out there, and then have it work from day one. Like it takes time, effort. You need to spend a good amount of time like trying to like iterating on the process and all that kind of stuff, because that's what you have to do. That's how things get done. But unfortunately, gamers in general don't have patience, like at all. And I wouldn't even say it's like a gamer thing. I think just in general, like nowadays people just don't have patience to give something time to grow. Like they want something to be as good as what's been on the market for years, like day one, which is impossible. Like there's no way. Like one of the big things was the Epic Game Store when it first launched. Like it launched with so many store exclusives. Granted, they were all time limited, and you know, a lot of people didn't like that because they're like, well, why are they doing that? Like Steam doesn't do that. I was like, yeah, Steam doesn't do that because Steam doesn't have to do that. Even though to some degree Steam does do that, but they they get away with it because it's their own like games, right? Which makes sense. Even though I say this, but like, you know, Blizzard has like Overwatch and Diablo on Steam for whatever reason. But it's just like Epic, like if Epic didn't have like exclusives and didn't have the thing where, you know, they give away free games, they would like the Epic Game Store would not have survived at all. Because people forget, but Valve used to do that. Steam used to give away free games like not as often, but pretty often compared to like now. Like there used to be a lot of times, like especially during the summer and during the winter, they would be like, oh, here's a free game, you know? Or like this weekend, you can add this game to your account and it's yours forever, like stuff like that. I remember that. There's a couple games in my library that were free. And back then I was a little bit more picky, so I didn't like just pick up every game that was free. I should have. Because free is free. And you never know, you know, sometimes a game that you don't think you're going to be interested in is actually like pretty, you know, you play it and you're like, oh, this is actually like pretty good. But like, they don't do that anymore. And I remember Steam and like probably like 2017, 2018, I don't remember, it was like 7 years ago or something like that, 6 or 7 years ago. They caught a lot of flack because their sales started being really shit. Like a lot of their sales, like even during like big like summertime sales where there should be like, you know, pretty good deals and stuff, where the deals were substantially worse for a couple of years because they didn't have competition. They didn't have competition. People that had their games on Steam like knew that their games would eventually sell because, you know, where else were you gonna buy video games, right? Like, so you don't need to do it. Steam didn't, you know, have to incentivize. Because like, to be honest, I'm gonna make an assumption. Like, I'm assuming Steam like incentivizes like certain games to like put them on sale, stuff like that. I know it's not just a completely Steam thing, but there's no way that Steam doesn't have some sort of like, you know, incentivization and stuff like that to certain like stuff. But it's just like a lot of the sales are bad. A lot of the like deals were just terrible. In some cases, it wasn't necessarily Steam's fault. There was a couple of companies that caught a bunch of flack because they're like pretty like decent sized companies. What they did was they like increased the price of their game just before like a summer sale, and then they put the sale price to be at like the same price that the game had been like normally priced like before the sale. And I remember that was a big debacle. But the caveat there is that like it's kind of something that Steam shouldn't have allowed. Like, so people also got a little mad at Steam for allowing it, which I would say, to be fair, like it's a pretty fair thing to get annoyed at Steam at. It is your platform, so it's going to like people doing that sort of stuff on your platform is going to reflect poorly if you allow it. Now, granted, I also understand the difficulty of having to keep track of it because you have such an extensive library, but it's just like, again, that kind of comes with the territory. But like it kind of what I was tying back to begin with is it was just like people were expecting the Epic Game Store from the get-go to be on par with like Steam in regards to like sociability aspects and all that kind of stuff, and it's like to a certain degree fine, you can like have some sort of expectation for that kind of stuff, but a lot of times it's like some of those systems in place like take a while to kind of refine and dial down like how you want to get them done, because it also can't just be a straight copy to the way Steam does things, because then people will just be like, oh, you're a copycat, which is what they did and on like certain instances. You can fuck. But that's like that's like the like idiocy of like people sometimes. It's like, well, we want something to be like, you know, if you're gonna make like a competitor Steam thing, you have to have like all these features that like Steam has for us to consider it, which is how a lot of people were kind of like talking about it online. Like I remember when the Epic Game Store was getting announced, there was a lot of people that they were just like, oh, if it's not like Steam, then I'm not even gonna look at it, right? For how like they do stuff. But at the same point, like you have like probably even those same people would just turn around and be like, wow, copying Steam, so unoriginal, blah blah blah, if they had actually like copied like straight out. Because it happens all the time in video games. You see it all the time. Like people will be like, man, I wish there was more like Breath of the Wild. Like that's a big one. There's a lot of people, like I remember like with Breath of the Wild, the first one, so many people were just like, man, we wish there were more games like Breath of the Wild. We wish there were so many like more games like Breath of the Wild. And then developers, obviously, they see that, they see the money, they see the feedback. And so there started being a lot of like Breath of the Wild-esque games and clones and stuff like that, even to the point where like MMOs, or like not MMOs, gacha games, right? Like Genshin Impact has lots of, had a lot, and probably still to some degree does, correlation like Breath of the Wild. But how did people react to it? Oh, it's just a Breath of the Wild clone. Oh, they can't be original, they keep copying Breath of the Wild, blah blah blah. Like this is the idiocy of it all, the hypocrisy really, is you have people who they're just like, we want more of this style of game, and so then people make more of that style of game, but then it's like, oh, they're just copycats, they can't come up with stuff. Nobody's original anymore. That's another big one. I remember that one from like the Vampire Survivors, right? Where it's just like, you know, Vampire Survivors kind of, which to be fair, Vampire Survivors in itself isn't exactly like a new concept. Like there's a lot of like older oh, that was it. I thought this would be one of the boss fight ones. There was a lot of people being just like when like multiple Vampire Survivor style games started coming out, they'd be like, oh, people aren't original anymore, they just see something that's popular and they copy it. And it's like, because people ask for this stuff. People go, man, we need more games like this and stuff like that. And you know, and obviously, yeah, it sucks when like there's games that they just do like a straight copy, right? They just copy pasta and don't really change much, but like the visuals, so that way it can be like, hey, let me borrow your homework, but I'll change how it is, kind of deal, right? But it's just like it's just a case of it's what people ask for. It's what people ask for. There's just no winning. There's no winning with people. So let me go this way, up this way to grab this. And then we go this way, which will get a decent amount of willpower on the way. And then we start to get the other one. But it's just like, there's no winning with people. There really isn't. People will say they want something and then they'll be given it and then they have like 20 different complaints about it. Which, I mean, to be fair, like, without the direct clones and without like stuff being successful, you won't have like good variations. Like Vampire Survivors, right? Soulstone Survivors, God of Weapons. There's a new one I tried recently. I think it was called like Elemental something. Like, I would say all of those are pretty good like takes on the Survivor series. There's Deep Rock Survivors now. To be fair, I've watched Rook play it. I can't say I'm overly impressed by it, but you know, kind of just is what it is at this point. But it's just like, there's, you know, repetition is what breeds like really good really good games. Like for instance, like World of Warcraft became World of Warcraft became one of the I guess you could say greatest MMOs, specifically because they looked at what was like what people liked from multiple different MMOs and then just took those and put it together and then made World of Warcraft. They had a great story that they had their own selves from, you know, humans versus orcs and stuff like that. But when it came to like systems and stuff, it was they copied a lot from a lot of other games. And even then, at the time, you could even say that their story wasn't overly original because, you know, orcs versus humans, there's so much like fantasy about that kind of stuff already. But they did a good job about it, right? And that's how you get games like that. It's how you have like Path of Exile, right? Path of Exile looked at Diablo, went like, man, we really like Diablo 2 and how that stuff like was. Let's like make our own version of that, and they kind of iterated on it. They made changes with like the passive tree and stuff, and you know, now you have PoE literally went from being like people being like, oh, it's just a Diablo 2 clone, it's just a bad Diablo 2 clone, to now it's like kind of, it's basically at the moment considered the golden rule for Diablo style games. Like it is the ruler that people measure other games in this genre by. But like, you know, if they hadn't tried to make their own version of it, it wouldn't exist. We also wouldn't have like Last Epoch, which is honestly looking to be a pretty strong contender in this series once, you know, I'd say after probably like a couple more patches and iterations and stuff like that, like they'll really get it. It looks pretty good. It looks like they're doing a good job, and a lot of it comes from them again looking at things that they liked from older games and went like, hey, we could do this and we can kind of like do our own thing on it and stuff like that, right? Like, so because like for instance, it's like Path of Exile, what they do, they had the giant ass fucking tree, right? The giant passive tree that like kind of throws new players off because they're just like, ooh. They're like, that's a lot. They're like, ooh, brother, ooh, when they're doing it. But it's just like, it's what sets it apart. And then the skill gem system, right? Like very, very interesting takes on things, even though I don't think the skill gem system is, I wouldn't say it's particularly new, because like the concept, I think the concept of like the skill gems itself, you could like kind of like attribute to the Path of Exile, but gear giving you skill isn't exactly a new concept at the time. There's definitely other games that did that concept to its own degree, but Path of Exile, I definitely say, did a really like good take on it because of the fact that, you know, the skill gems, you're not, you know, you don't have to use a shittier sword because it has the skill you want. You can use a better sword and then just put the skill gems on it, right? And then they're going to iterate on that process again in Path of Exile 2, which I do imagine at some point that system will probably come to Path of Exile 1. But no, I'm banging. Don't touch me. And it's just like God, I love when you can leap over like uncrossable terrain. Looking at you, Path of Exile. That is one of the things that Path of Exile kind of like, it kind of annoys me about Path of Exile. Path of Exile leaps aren't actual leaps, they're just charges that look like leaps. Because you don't actually leap over anything. But yeah, so it's like stuff like that is like normal. Like I think the Epic Game Store is, I think they did a good job. I honestly think they did a really good job. I mean, I haven't bought that much, well, to be fair, I haven't bought like much of anything because I'm broke as fuck. But like, I have bought games on Epic. And so, you know, and I'd like to buy more games on Epic. I think like a lot of the sales they have are really good because they do what, well, I mean, they do what Steam used to do. Steam used to give out like a bunch of coupons during the sales that would stack with the sales. They don't do that much anymore. I don't do shit like that much anymore. And it's just like that's just kind of how you gotta do. That's kind of just what you have to do. So I don't know. Which is why like it's why like for World of Warcraft, I don't know if like people still do those videos to this day, but it's just like I still remember when I played in like Shadowlands and stuff, where it was like people who played WoW for a long time and kind of understand like that how the game came to be. I remember watching a bunch of content creators, like older content creators, just being like, Blizzard, stop it. Stop it. Go back to looking at what other games are doing, taking what they do good and doing it better. Like, just go back to it, because that's what you guys are really good at. And like, honestly, like in some cases that can sound kind of scummy, but you know, realistically, that's how it was. It's not like Diablo was the only like style of like that style of game in existence, right? Like realistically speaking, like Diablo 1 was kind of just taking a lot of like there were games that existed before Diablo that were similar, and like, you know, done because it's just like instead of being like open worldly, it was like quote unquote, it was more like dungeon crawly kind of style of stuff, kind of like roguelite style, which that's a genre that's another one where it's like it's been around for a long time, but it kind of like fell to the wayside until games like Hades and stuff like that kind of made it more popular, Rogue Legacy, that kind of style. And it's just like they kind of just iterated on the process. Now obviously they came up with a good amount of their own systems, true, because you kind of have to. And the same thing happened in World of Warcraft, right? They did add their own systems to the mix and stuff like that, but like the core base of it was from other games. And it's like sometimes that's what you're good at, that's what you're good at. And it's not even like a gaming thing, like the sheer amount of stuff real life where so many things get iterated upon by other people that the base is not their idea, but the changes that can be made to it and stuff like that enhance the stuff. Like for instance, like cars, right? Like cars are one of the biggest industries where people look at what other people do and go, wow, we can do that, and then like change this and there and it could be better. It's why I don't know if that's still the case. This is like from a couple years ago, from when I was taking my copyright law class. Basically, whenever a car company makes something new, they get a couple of years where they can, basically nobody else can do it, right? I forgot the exact like stature of years that they have for it. But it's just like once it's done, you start seeing multiple car companies doing it and iterating upon it in like their own like ways and ideas and stuff. And a lot of times like improvements that maybe the other company didn't really think of and stuff like that. You know, that's how we innovate. That's how, as people, as a society, we go forward. Whatever. Sorry, I got a little like, what is it? That's diabolically monologue kind of shenanigans. Just randomly got to move for that. But it's just like you kind of just it's kind of just how the world works, and it's kind of funny to me that people like in gaming, I'd say in gaming more than anything, are just so oddly critical of something like that. Now obviously it's super direct, like just one-to-one copies, like that's kind of a, you know, it's a bit of a problem, right? Because that's not even like, oh, you're not even being original. A lot of times that's just straight plagiarism, which should obviously be frowned upon and punished. But you know, if someone's trying to do their own take on something with their own like resources and stuff, like we should like give them a chance, give them a try, because maybe it could come out to be something. Because if that wasn't the case, then remixes and covers wouldn't be so popular with music. Right, like remixes and song covers would not be such a popular whatchamacallit, such a popular thing amongst people. Because in some cases it's like, some cases it is actually a direct upgrade. There are some songs I've heard that I'm like, I've heard the remix and I hear the original and I'm like, I ain't jiving with the original. I ain't jiving with it. Like for instance, I think one of the big ones is like Sound of Silence. A lot of people have never heard like the original, especially if you're in like your 20s to 30s. Like a lot of us heard the rock version, which is technically a cover. And then like I've listened to the original. Can't say I'm a very big fan of it, but it's mostly just because it's not like my style of rhythm. Another one would be like Hallelujah. I what is it? It's like it got popular especially for 90s kids from the Shrek movies. And then that was like not the original. And then I remember it, like I was looking it up and I was like, oh, this person did it like before. So then I listened to that version. And for the longest time, I thought that version was the original. And then it ends up that that version wasn't the original. And then I listened to the original and I was like, what is this? Because for me, I did not like the way the original song was sang. And apparently it was a really popular song back then. So it's just like, you know, that's how it works. That's how it goes. That's also why, like, what is it? Pop songs, like really trendy songs, like when you put them together, like a lot of them share the same chords and beats, because that's just, a lot of times people tend to react to like the instrumentals and the overall flow of music rather than the actual song itself. But yeah, so it's just like, I guess in a way it's just my saying, you know, you gotta give games a chance. Like there's so many people that wanted Diablo 4 to fail. I don't want Diablo 4 to fail. Do I think it should, well, to be honest, for its price point, I think it should try to be the best fucking ARPG on the fucking planet, but, or a Diablo style game on the planet, considering it has the name. I don't even know what what we're gonna call those games anymore. But you know, I want it to be good. One, because the more games that are good in a market, the better it is for us as consumers. And two, there's a lot of people that worked really hard on this game. You know. And I want those people to have their effort be rewarded. Because a lot of times, even like, and I don't necessarily mean like the balancing team or like the people that that chose like the concepts and like for the systems and stuff, because to be honest, some of those decisions are questionable. But I mean like you know, the art team and like the people that, you know, made the designs and stuff. Like the art team, well, I mean the art team for Blizzard's always been really good. In a way, I think like that's been one of the biggest things that, one of probably like the two things that I think Blizzard's always been considered kind of like the gold standard in like the gaming industry is like cinematics and overall just the art team. Like that's always been two things that Blizzard's always been really good at. And that hasn't changed in forever. That's been like the two departments that I swear, like, I don't know how they do it, but they've just been on point. So good. They're just so good. And it's just like, brother, how do y'all do that? Oh, I need to At this hammer or something else. But gaming be weird. Of course not. Gaming be weird. Because like for instance for me, like I feel like some people might be like, well, probably not because I don't really play, I haven't played too much recently. That and like nobody was watching anyway, but there might be some people who might like wonder why I don't play like Last Epoch, considering that I had such high praises for it before it came out. And the truth of the matter is like I still very much think it's a really good game, but I'm so used to like the polish for like PoE and Diablo for like animations and stuff that sometimes the like kind of stuttery nature of the animations in Last Epoch kind of throw me off. Oh shit, I'm done. Vera, hello. How was your week? Okay. To be honest, this dungeon sucks with this modifier. Because of that. Because the stupid thing is going to be standing on top of the thing I need to interact with to free. Jesus. This is why this is so bad. I see slice it. He's okay. Wait, that's like a 3-day holiday. Let's go. Winning. How about I am trying to survive, even though the weather is trying to murder me. Oh, purging. It's like started storming and like raining really badly again, so just in a state of constant migraines at the moment. But it's not too bad today, so it's alright. This is better soon? I do too, but unfortunately from what I'm told, we're gonna be like this for a while. Apparently we're supposed to have some pretty decent storming over the weekend. And then I think throughout next week we're supposed to have like some storms scattered throughout and rain, so it's just how, I mean, like from what I understand, it's a lot of places it's kind of like that, but here especially like during spring, especially during spring, it rains a lot, which is an issue because I don't do very well with like humidity. Because I get a lot of like headaches when the humidity and the pressure is like too high. Oh fuck. Oh yeah. Xbox. I'm mon-thurs. Gaming. Under two. Yeah, yeah. We had like about, I think like a week that it wasn't like an issue. And then the thing, then it started being a problem again. Fuck you. Hey, nice. We're definitely losing some damage, but I think that's just because we need the Paragon board. Against the yeah, please, yeah. Searching. You. But yeah, because like for instance today it is like yesterday we had some sun. It's been like overcast all day today. The only nice thing about it though is that it's like it's much cooler today than it has been in the last couple days. It's starting to get really hot, and I was dying. Like I'd like just lay on the floor, being like, "End my shuffling," and then but it's gotten pretty cool because since it's been like overcast like all day, so it's not too bad. But the flip side to that is that, you know, I have a headache because of humidity, but it's all right. Like this isn't exactly anything new for me, so it's just that this year is it's a bit rough this year because it's like a bit more of a constant. Or I'd say it's like the pressure has been like pretty like a lot higher throughout, so. Nice, timed that charge pretty well. Yeah, because the one downside is when all this rain stops. I mean, it still rains here during the summer a good amount, but when a lot of this raining stops, it just means it just means it's gonna get hot as fuck. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so then we go through here, and here, so 1, 2, 3, 5, and then we get the next board. Warbringer. Where do we put C there? I guess maybe the C thing is in case you don't have ire. Because I think I have... Yeah, I have all the glyphs already, so... Doesn't mean shit to me. Did I make a... one for Warbringer? I have to just double check if I have to like earn the board at all. World Tier 4. We could probably get the capstone done, but I'd like to at least get the twister to 15 and probably get the Warbringer before I do that. We just have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Yeah, we have like plenty of points. What does this do again? Oh, these can move. I thought they just stood still. Oh. What is elixir momentum? What if I go do this? Honestly, it doesn't make me as fast as I was expecting it. Oh, it stacks. Oh, they got fucked up. Astral Avenger, thank you for the follow. Please enjoy your stay. Hope you've been having a good week so far. Hello, hello. Oh. I am the storm that is approaching. Did I really pass like all the other ones? Sure did, didn't I? Stop it. Oh, so I heard another one somewhere. I literally passed by like all the idols. Oh, talented. It's been well, you think? Yeah. As long as you think it's been well, that's good. As long as it's not bad, we're winning. We'll take that as a W. How's my week's been alright. Been storming a lot, so I have some headaches, but aside from that, can't really overly complain with this week. Been pretty good. Probably due to the fact that I took a break from Apex to play other games. Honestly, because Apex has kind of been getting on my nerves recently. To be honest, I don't even know if I'll go to like doing the full week. Might do Apex like a couple times in the week and then play something else. I basically walked right past that. That momentum one's actually pretty good when combined with the conduit. Makes you go very fast for a good long while. Well, not really a good long while because the conduit one doesn't last very long, but you can stack up the momentum pretty high up. How long have I been playing Diablo? For this one, not too much. I've been playing this one like really like filthy casual, but for the series in general, I've played since the second one. I've played since Diablo 2. I'm nowhere near as like hardcore invested into it as I used to be, but I've been around the block a couple times with these games. I play FPS too. Yeah, I usually normally I'd be playing Apex. I usually stream Apex during the day, but recently Apex has been getting on my nerves, so I decided to take a break from it.
I must wait.
And so that's why we're playing Diablo 4. Originally I was playing another game, but we basically finished like a full run of that game in like 2 days because it's a pretty short. It was a pretty short game, but it was pretty fun. Go, buddy. I have not played Team Fortress 2 in a long time. I used to play Team Fortress 2 a lot, but I haven't played it in so long. Even though I do remember hearing something about like people like there being like I guess like a quasi resurgence for it, like recently. I think they did some updates for it too recently. Well, quote unquote recently, like in the last like year or so. But no, I don't really play too much Team Fortress 2 nowadays. Like fast games? Well, I mean, Apex is pretty fast, honestly. It's just that, like, I don't know, Team Fortress 2 is, like, I played it a lot, like, when I was younger. And it was pretty fun then, but I lost the taste for games where it's like the character is tied to the weapon kind of deal, right? I also don't play Overwatch. But I did have fond memories about it. Nothing quite like being a pyro and making the life of all the soldiers on the enemy team kind of a pain by reflecting all of their missiles back in their faces. Those were good times. Good times, honestly. I also have fond memories of being a Highlander demo man. You get the Targe and you just run around decapitating people. Or die trying, one of the two. Like, it's definitely fun. It's just more of a case of, it's not a style of game that I find myself playing much nowadays. Fave 1 is Fortnite. I am not a Fortnite fan. I will not lie. I am not much of a Fortnite fan. Personally. I've tried it. It did not last very long on my it did not last very long on my computer, unfortunately. Where's that dungeon? Yeah, Fortnite was one where it's just like that one was whatchamacallit. I wasn't a really big fan of the aesthetics, and then I didn't like the way the guns were. Which is fine. I think it was more the guns more than anything, because aesthetic usually I can get over if the gameplay's like alright. But I don't like how the guns work in that game. Oh wow.
I'm not ready yet.
My aspect as a casual streamer? That's an interesting question. I don't know. I just stream whatever I feel like streaming. I don't know if I said I have an aspect. I guess maybe usually being ragey and complaining.
I must wait.
Bruh. I'm gonna go to the Reddit after this dungeon and see what other people are talking about getting stuck on invisible things. It's like the game thinks there's still things to, like living things to. Wait, why is he? Oh, that's Einhorn style. I was like, wait, why is he like taking no damage? Alright, then we got the master bonus. It did. Let's go. Upcoming project that I'm excited about? Not particularly.
Bloody well done. With all this, we can draw out one of the big ones.
Like, I don't really plan on having anything like super crazy anytime soon.
Do you hear that? Right, that's it. Take this for your troubles. Good luck to you.
And there's a couple of games I'd probably plan on like snagging, but I don't know if I'd call those a project. Mostly just grab gameplay. What's wrong? This time. I do need to make sure. The YouTube guy. I mean, YouTube, my YouTube is just there for VOD storage more than anything. I don't really do anything with it. Since it's just there since Twitch doesn't keep VODs permanently. Empty out my inventory. But I haven't really done anything with it, to be honest. And can't say I'm like, I plan on changing that anytime soon. We still haven't gotten aspects of the Undying yet.
That looks worn. I can fix it.
Weapon. Sandstorm augment. What do we get? Oh shit. We'll keep it. Yeah, definitely keep it. 'Cause it's definitely better. See, we can't get question. Question is good.
Come back if you need the
Oh,
forge.
one. How was that one? Because we don't have.
Exquisite.
You Corey about your YouTube? I'm not particularly interested in it. So there's really not much to talk about it, in my opinion. Personally. Did you start? No. I don't think you should, actually. Oh. Alright, I forgot the 3. How much? Okay, that's pretty close to being done. Need to make another emerald.
Yes, I have wares.
That's a lot. And oh, so it just increases by 10 or times 10 every time. Interesting. No. Oh no. Oh.
I must wait. No. I think we could loop. I'm not ready.
Three levels, I think we get what, like 9 or 10 more Paragon points. That's a picture. Ah. I don't know what it is. Pretty stonks, honestly. So 2 more, we get the other board. Then we go for the then we go for Warbringer and then move up to the sigil slot after. Put an ire. Oh, this is the den. You would think in a place with a bunch of spiders that there wouldn't be much else. They retire in like the aspect of like wildlife. Right? I find it hard to believe that like quill beasts and cave bats would live harmoniously with a bunch of spiders. Queen's done. Oh, the diner effect. You know, I didn't really expect it to go from 100 fragments to 1,000 fragments. Well, that's not even the highest one. Probably. That's bright. Oh, is that what the Hellborn guys look like? That'd have been interesting, like armor to get. Blind. I'm just blind. Crit, overpower, crit, critical. I will say I do like how they made the Dust Devils be more than just Whirlwind. I feel like that was like one of the main issues with like the sets before, is that like they made it so that like only specific things could get those like features, and obviously it's still kind of the same way, right? Because it's like legendaries that then affect specific like skills. Like for instance, it's still only double swing and whirlwind that get it, but that means there's 2 skills instead of just the 1 skill. So you know, you're already like having twice as many skills that you can have dust devils on. So as far as I can see, that's a win in my book. Because I thought like the barbarian like casting an ability and like basically generating these like twisters, you know. Like, I guess for me in my head it was more of a case of like the way I was looking at it was that like the swing from the barbarian weapons was so like mighty and powerful, he would just generate tornadoes. But I don't know, I like seeing it that it's on something else besides just whirlwind. I do kind of want to look into like the whirlwind side of it though. Like I doubt it'll be anywhere near as strong as like this one, but you can take the can't take the whirlwind barb out of me that easily. It's getting colder. That's it. Don't have access to it. Also 13, 19. Level up some of these keys. Oh, who the fuck is that? I don't know who that is, but they look cool. Because I'm pretty sure that's not the boss we summoned. The blood boss lady. So oh, I will say they're also adding the dodge mechanic thing to it seems the dodge mechanic thing is going to be like the next step for these types of games, I guess. Because like Diablo 4 has it, PoE 2 is planning on adding it, Last Epoch is looking to add it on one of their updates. I don't know how I feel about it. I really don't. Like, I think it's an interesting mechanic, but at the same point, I feel a bit of a cop-out in some cases. Yeah. But, because to be honest, I feel like the dodge mechanic is more of a balancing thing for like melee. Which I mean, fine, fair. You know, if it allows them to make more interesting mechanics while still allowing, like, melee to not have too much of a survivability problem, acceptable. Still missing unique pants and unique boots for this build.
I'm not ready yet.
Alright, so we're almost done with Twister. One more level and then we can start working on Ire. OP. Ending.
I'm not ready yet.
You know, I don't like after death effects, and I sure as fuck don't like after death effects that have like before death effects.
I'm not ready yet.
Get the earth out of my face. But yeah, I don't like the fire one. The one where it's just like they shoot out fire, and then when they die, they keep shooting out fire, and then have a big old like fuck off explosion on top of where all the loot fucking drops. Yeah, I don't like that. And I'm never going to like that. I think that's such a dumb kind of like effect to have. I think the game scuffed up my attempt at the charge there. Old trophy, I think it's for the mount, yeah. Oh. Let's see which one's better. Oh, sweet. Multiple events. Winning. These are good. These give us a good amount of XP.
Bloody well done. With all this, we can draw out one of the big ones.
Once we get the axe thing to level 10, we can go back to using it.
Do you hear that? Take this for your troubles.
Like this. It's so dumb. Oh, I almost didn't see the chest because it was on the corpse. That would have been bad. I need those murmurings. We need a Warbringer. I think I have to spin this one. Yeah. Thundering Fury. Oh, that one's actually. Yeah, I think this is the right one. Raw power. Efficient. Yeah, alright. We're gonna make a beeline down for Blood Rage, or for Warbringer, because this is supposed to give us a lot of survivability. And then take this, and then we'll go up here, grab this for ire. Power. Yeah, so it's like what? 1, 2. I think I'm gonna go do. I think after this one we're gonna go do World Tier. Try to do the Capstone dungeon. Cause I was gonna try to get Warbringer, but I didn't realize how far out it would be.
must wait.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want them to bring back the little pet that just collects your gold and materials for you. That's probably like one of the only systems that from D3 I wish they had carried over. Because I'm lazy.
I must wait. I must wait.
I'll just let it send rings. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna go do the Capstone dungeon. Because I don't really feel like there's a reason not to. I have a feeling this build can handle it pretty easily. Oh, it even sends the trembling hands. That's good. I'm so curious where the like undying thing is supposed to come from, because I have not gotten a single one of those. Alright. Where's this? Bro, and the Legion event isn't doable? And oh my god. I'm nice. Bruh. I really don't like the strongholds even more now. I wasn't a big fan of them already, and now I'm even less of a fan of them. The fact that they're locking another piece of content just because you haven't cleared them. Get all the herbs, spices. Telling me my mighty steed cannot like
Not ready yet.
jump up and down ledges? What is this? What do you mean my mighty steed can't traverse up and down cliff sides? I want a refund. That horse cost me too much monies for that.
Cursed. This place is cursed.
Bonkity bonk. wish the twisters had slightly better. Like target acquisition. I guess part of it is I'm a little whatchamacallit, spoiled by the tornado turbulence one. Oh, that target acquisition from that is so good. See, this is actually kind of an interesting take on the bloodstone thing. Where you interact with one path and then... Oh, okay. Well, we know where the stone thing is. Oh, that's pretty cool. I was like, wait, but if it's every 5 seconds, then why is my stack so low? Because as you kill enemies, it reduces the stacks. See, something like that is like, technically that's like a boring mechanic, but I'd rather take that over the crystal. Like the random crystal that can just randomly teleport in front of you and it feels like it just because it's lonely and you left it too far behind, then it's like, no, I don't need me, I know you. Like, yeah, that crystal, yeah, I'll take it over that mechanic any day of the week. Any day of the week.
I'm not ready yet.
I almost died because for whatever reason double swing wasn't targeting the thing again, so I could finish killing it. Mildly annoying. I would say that's definitely probably something I'd like to see them like work on, is the size of like the game registering like you want to hit something with your melee attack. That lag concerned me because last time my game like froze when I was playing it, I died. I'd rather not die again because of technical difficulties. was only like the last one, and there'll still be another. I'm assuming another engine after this one. Oh, that was easy. No, I was expecting that to have a bit more. Well, I had heard that Elias was like ridiculously easy right now. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing though. Personally, but if he's supposed to be the ruler, right, that we use to decide whether or not but the problem comes in if you can one shot him with like basically anything, but then like builds that do that, or like if you can just like straight easy clear him like before hitting 70. Oh, it's 3 out of 10. Sorry. Then and then those builds can't do any of like the tier 4 world tier 4 stuff, then yeah, you should definitely probably like adjust him. Wait, is that I'm assuming it's a shop skin. I hate that stupid little animation.
Your return
Oh,
honors me. Interesting choice.
that's actually kind of cool. Is it $26 cool? No, but it's still pretty cool. Oh, the tats aren't bad. You can't really see them with the armor though. It'd be really cool if that was just you know,
Powerful calling.
a set that you could, you know, an armor set. That'd be even better. Like, I honestly think some of these skins should have just been like armor sets in the game. Like, I think this one obviously should, like, this one I feel like definitely is worth like being a money one, but this one I think this should have just been like an item set skin.
Stirs you, yes?
This one definitely should have just been an item set skin. That one can say skin shop one. I don't want that one.
Stirs you, yes?
Kind of just my opinion on it. Should have been an item set. But I definitely don't think all of the skins are better than the ones in game.
Stirs you, yes?
That's actually, I like the axe.
Powerful calling.
I like the helmet on this one. That's about it though. The axe isn't bad either. Alright, and the tats are pretty good. Like, to be honest, like if I could just spend like $2 to get the tats, I would. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like Yeah, I'm second, then we go. Yeah, go here, here, here. Pretty sure it's this way. This to here. Mm-hmm. Oh, so I can't. How do I feel about that? I feel like even if you're in World Tier 4, you should still just be able to do the lower tier dungeons.
All right, traveler. Do the whispers just to see if we can get some items and stuff.
I'm not ready.
Okay. Hopefully we can get the Undying one soon though. So according to the thing, I'm not supposed to use it. Wait, Ancestral? Ooh, yeah, this is a new one. Nice. But according to like the guide, like you're supposed to use Undying once you're closer to being like armor capped, but I want to try using it like.
I'm not ready.
Before that. Also, I'm glad I didn't go to Helltide, because if I had gone to Helltide, I would have just gotten demolished by everything. Ooh. That was fast. XP. Oh my god, what am I stuck on? Brother. Wait, the problem is that, like, you know, it's not too big an issue when it's like smaller mobs. When if I get stuck on it's gonna be the explosion of one of the bigger mobs, like that kills me. And I'm stuck on nothing. Holy shit, that was so good. That was so good. Just bulldozing through that. Oh, that felt so satisfying. Like everything, because oh shit, we're getting into armor that I haven't gotten yet. Let's go. Sorry about the helmets, because we're not replacing the helmet unless we get a ancestral unique version of this one. Definitely up for an upgrade. Salvage. Salvage. Okay. These are all salvageable. The other dungeon. There it is. Go from the bear tribe. He talks just to read talks. Go get the waypoint in case I... I'll get some gold out of it. Pick it up. Then we gotta run all the way back across. Because for whatever reason, we can't just keep our waypoints from one season to the next and then just play the game comfortably, happy as can be. No, we gotta unlock them every time because that's content for the gamers. Waste of time is what it is.
I need more time.
Oh, okay. I just need to get ancestral stuff so I can replace all of my gear. Or at least as much of it as I can. Replace everything that's not the uniques. I don't know what I got hit by, but that shit almost killed me. That damage reduction is nutty. It took like no damage until I killed the thing. I definitely need a one-headed mace for sure. That's ancestral. I can upgrade it. I don't know what's in this dungeon that's hitting me for so much damage. Oh, I think it's the, like the post-death explosion. Nice. How kind of the big boy to kill the things that he spawns after he spawns them for me. Truly, truly a patron. Saint. I was feared. I was like, wait, why am I stuck on? Nothing, I was just feared.
I must not ready yet.
Like, that'll probably kill me in this. Oh, nice sandstorm weapons. I guess the legendary ones are like random. Which ones you get then? That or maybe they were always random and I just never noticed. Oh, maybe that is that the indicator? Or maybe you have it unlocked already. Is what was that? I need to go back. I didn't realize there's something on the ground there. What was that? Like, actually, what was that? I guess I missed out on something. There was like a symbol here, and I don't know what it meant. And I teleported away. Oh well. Oh well. It is what it is, I guess. Worry about it later.
It is done.
Feast, lamb, feast.
$228. Mm-hmm. Actually, the 130 worth. Ozone 30. Oh, this is... Yeah. So this needs devilish. Needs. I should have done this one first. Accelerating. This needs earthquake. One needs fierce winds. This need. Oh, with that I might actually change back to bash. Full Kathos.
What a superior product.
And then this one needs. And
Don't be a stranger. Come back soon.
There's that. Come back if you need the
I should have kept one for. I should have kept the two-handed sword. Well, we got to World Tier 4. I might play this a little bit more next week. I think because like I've never gotten to World Tier 4 before. I always like reached my season objectives like before getting there. So who knows, maybe we'll get the helmet this time. But I don't know if I'll play enough for that. I don't really care like about the title at all. The helm's kind of whatever. It looks kind of nice on the males though. But I think I'm gonna call it there for the day stream. I will be back tonight. We're gonna be trying out Wua or Wuthering Waves. So that'll be fun. Say hi to Slinkster. It's pretty rare for us to be able to say hi to Slinkster. But I have to wait for my browser to reload. And I really hope they give us an option to like opt out of this. But thank you everybody for watching. I do appreciate it. If it is late day for you, hope you have a good day. If it was late day for you as well, stay safe, stay hydrated, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.